What up? What up, y'all? This is Rose Gold Dreams, the podcast, the Daddy Daughter podcast. I'm Jay, the dad, and
I'm Angel, the daughter.
okay. So we gonna give y'all some wisdom today. We gonna bring some energy, but remember, this is a podcast basically for parents, teens, adulting, youth, and whatever you want to call it. What we trying to do, we just trying to bridge that gap, between being a teenager and an adult. We trying to get understand. The parents need to understand. The teens need to understand. We gonna do that by displaying our dope relationship and bring y'all dope content. So at the end, we just want to grow healthy and grow wealthy. So, I mean, with that being said, today or right now, whenever you listen and whenever you watching, we're gonna be talking about love and family love. That's what we're gonna be talking about today. Love and happiness make you wanna do right. So we're gonna be talking about love today. So I hope y'all soak up everything we gotta say.
This is our lunch table talk. Our lunch table talk is a new segment we're doing. That's all me. Um, it's the talks that we have with our friends, at the lunch table, on the playground. Um, all the stuff we say to each other that we don't really say to our parents, or that we don't think our parents would technically understand.
Really.
Well, I'm
Well, we
just
gonna get some understanding today. It's okay.
um
So what y'all talk about?
So we were talking about, we came up in a discussion about love, about how we think there's like not really a love without limits. There's not a love where anybody, they will always love you. There's always a limit to how they can display or how much love they can show. Mainly because even with a parent child relationship kind of love, they love you even if you're adopted because you're their child, because
Right.
they've been set to provide for you, to care for you. Even if you say they didn't exactly choose you, if they're your if they birthed you, but they love you because they're your child, and because not exactly a set of rules, but you follow how they hope you will in life, how they hope you prosper and get to where even more than they had when they were younger. Even in like romantic relationships, they love you almost because you love them. You get what you give kind of situation. If they're loving you and you're not displaying that love back, they might decide that they just can't display that much love anymore. Um,
Okay. Hmm. I ain't trying to interrupt. I'm just listening.
um, we're also talking about like having a crush when you're younger. It doesn't really it's not really love, because even if they don't know, you don't really love them. You're just displaying an attraction, or you like them, or I guess we used to say you like them.
I like her.
And yeah, it's just people always say they'll love you unconditionally, but at the end of the day, there's always a condition. They just haven't displayed that condition in a way where you can notice, or where it's something that you can like easily pay attention to. Like they say, I'm only gonna love you if you buy me this car. It's not that kind of condition. Um, but yeah, we also talked about how people display love in different ways, and what kind of love we would like to see, like compliments. And our group had a lot of different splits of how some people really like compliments, or some people, they really like spending time with each other, and they would rather you take them out to see just a walk on a park, or go to see the beach, or instead of like them buying you some expensive gift. And it reminded me of this episode on TV that mom was watching the other day.
Wait, what show? What?
It was Abbott Elementary. I
Oh
was
my
like trying to
god.
do my homework, but I was distracted, so it wasn't really helping. But anyway, it was like a Valentine's Day, and it was two people that worked at the same school. And this one guy, he had this girlfriend, and the girl who worked there, she had a
You don't even
boyfriend.
remember the names? What's the
Well, I
name?
wasn't watching it like that. It was just a
The
curly.
guy is I
It
don't
was a
know his
it
name
was a
either.
black guy and it
It's
was
the
a
dude
black
who
girl.
plays and Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah,
The the guy.
I don't know his name. I wasn't watching it like that. But like her boyfriend came and he bought her this really expensive bag, and she was like, "Is the gift inside the bag?" That made me laugh. I was like, "Man, that is crazy." But I was thinking, yeah, if like she just doesn't, money just wasn't important to her. Like the expensiveness of the gift that like he was thinking she would appreciate, she didn't really care about. And the guy, he bought the
Wow.
girl this Lego set, and he put a lot of thought into it because like she was allergic to flowers, so he got her like Lego flowers. But like she didn't appreciate it. She asked him, "Is it for me or is it for my kids?" That also was pretty funny.
It was Legos.
But he put thought behind it. That was the point. And then at the end of the episode, you see like they look back, they walk in different directions, and they look back at each other. And I was thinking they bought gifts for each other. That's what the problem was. He bought that gift for her, and her boyfriend bought that gift for the girl. They bought gifts for like different kind of personalities, and that's where like stuff kind of conflicts, where people show love in different ways. And he thought money was love, and the other guy thought like thought was love, like
Right.
how he really cared about her was showed through the gift, but like they both didn't really get it.
Okay.
But yeah.
So I'm a rewind. I wasn't there. Y'all talk about what y'all gonna talk about. I do got some questions though. I have some questions about this love conversation that was had when I wasn't around. But it's cool. You know, I want it to happen like that. But so in y'all discussions, you said like your friends they like compliments.
Mhm.
They consider compliments as love. So what kind of compliments? Cause
S-
I don't want no little
uh,
what is the compliments about?
like saying you look nice today, or I like
Oh,
your
okay.
outfit, or I like your skirt, stuff like
I
that.
like your skirt.
Yeah. Well, from a girl's perspective, that's a nice compliment.
Okay,
I
I
like
ain't
your
gonna say
skirt.
that. All right. Let me shut up. And then you said that they like the second one was time
Hmm.
or going places or
Like,
whatever.
yeah, going on like a walk in the park and just talking to each other instead of like going to a I don't know, a movie where you like watching something, not really paying attention to each other.
And this was just focused on just the relationships, like the boyfriend girlfriend type
Yeah,
stuff.
that one is, yeah.
Okay, so going back some more. What about the parents?
We talked about how kind of like them saying, you could also say like you did a good job on, or if you tell them how like your quiz was, say you got an A on the quiz, and say you bring it home, you super excited, and they say, "Oh, that's nice." What kind of compliment is that? Oh, that's nice. You know how hard it was to get a quiz, an A on this quiz.
Okay. I'm taking notes. Just so y'all know, I'm taking notes. I learned. She teach me just like I teach her, because I definitely do that. I'm like, oh, that's nice. You got an A. Oh, that's what's up. And then I continue doing what I'm doing. So now I'm not gonna do that no more. But continue.
Or
Okay.
like,
So what would you consider as time from a parent?
um, I would say like having a one-on-one discussion about, I don't know, something random like uh I don't know, boy you like at school or something like that. I don't know.
So you
Or
think that y'all want to sit down
well,
with y'all
I
parent?
personally wouldn't like that, but I'm just saying as an example. Or like having a board game, like a family night, like you
Okay.
just play board games. That I like.
Because I'm telling you right now. Remember, I'm an advocate for the parents, and y'all act like y'all don't want to be with us.
That's only sometimes. Like you got to read the context clues. Dad, read the room. Sometimes we don't want to be bothered, but sometimes we just want to have a little attention.
Okay. Okay, I'm taking those. Anything else that happened in this lunch table talk that you want to share?
No, that was pretty much it.
Okay, so I'm that's we. This is one of those segments where we may have it one week or we may not have the other week, but you have to look out for it. So it's a new segment. What is it called again?
Lunch table talk.
Okay. All right, cool. So we'll see when we have it again. All right, y'all. So we gonna dive into the types of love. I'm gonna try not to get too deep, but I'm dealing with my daughter, and not only my daughter, but as I display types of love and she look at it and see. So we gonna go through this, and I'm gonna try to not. I ain't gonna get too deep on y'all. I ain't gonna get too deep, but we'll see. So the first type of love. Now we talked about this. Okay, so I ain't just throwing this on my child. We talked about this. So the first type of love we gonna talk about is called Storge. I'm gonna tell you where I'm getting these from. I love God, y'all. Just FYI, I'm just throwing that out there. So a lot of my information derives from something of that nature. So these are the only explanations of love that I've ever heard that make any type of sense whatsoever. It is very simple how it's outlined. So Storge love is basically a family love. So Storge love is daddy, daughter. It is mama, grandmama, auntie, uncle. It's that type of love. The thing you need to know about Storge love is it's really kind of cut and dry. It's not anything that you get to choose. It's something that you kind of born into. Storge love is um, love that you have that people don't necessarily earn. You know what I mean? You got those family members that just be doing the most, but you still love them though. You love them. That's Storge love. Why do you love them? Because you Storge them. Now you may not like them, but for some reason, every time they call you, you still answer. That's that love right there. That's that family love. Okay, so that's one. I ain't even gonna dive too much into that one because that one is super simple and it's almost the easiest one to kind of explain. It's a lighter one. That's why I did that one first. Also, we have phileo. So phileo love is a friendship type of love. This is love you have with your guy, your homie, your girl, sis, baby sis, fake auntie, whatever. That's that type of love that you have. Now, the thing about phileo love that I want y'all to know is it's really significant because it's a love that you have the authority over in picking. So this how I teach, my daughter when we talk about love is that you have the option to choose to love that person or choose to remove your love if you don't feel like it's a healthy love for you. And we ain't talking about healthy love now. That's a whole nother thing. But that phileo love is something you choose. So if you have a friend, we talk about this often. If you have a friend and you don't consider them as a good friend no more, or for whatever reason, maybe they're going a different path than you, we kind of talk about like, okay, let's analyze what I need for my life and what you need for your life. And it's still cool, but you won't be in that phileo love category. You may just be, oh, we cool type of thing. But again, it's a love that you decide to pick for yourself or you decide to take away.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another simple one. Is so that was phileo. So the next two are probably the most difficult. So I'm I'm gonna get into it. The next one that we're gonna talk about is eros love. This love is the one that I fear the most because I have a 16-year-old daughter.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I
So
see how it
eros love
is.
is that relationship love. When you see him, right? When you see him and he look cute, and you ain't gonna tell me that you think he look cute.
Okay.
Okay, this is the love that kind of started out as lust. This is the only love that you can fall into. So it make it kind of dangerous. It could be accidental. I believe in that. What's that? The love at first sight. I believe in the love at first sight. It's an accidental love, but it could be intentional as well. You can kind of start out with phileo and then move into eros. But I guarantee you, it's the most dangerous love because it's the most reckless love. That eros love is the love that had you doing some crazy stuff, or it'll have you straighten right up. If you want to know about the eros love, listen to some of these old songs that love and happiness. What I say again, make you want to do right. So that type of stuff, that love that'll make you do right, but it'll make you do wrong too. It'll make you do wrong. So this is why I got to talk to my baby about it, so she can
Um,
know and identify it. You can start out as lust, get the fluttering them eyelashes or whatever.
fluttering the eyelashes. What?
Well, y'all do something like that. I don't know what y'all do, but it's also a love that you pick as well. So eros is a love that you pick, but again, it's a love that you can fall into, And like I said, it's a dangerous love, but it's a love that we need to identify. So before I say the last one, I want y'all to know that all of these loves that I mentioned so far are very, very, very conditional. These loves are extremely conditional. So, for example, if you have a family type of love, yeah, you pick that love, but how many people do we know who family who act like they hate each other? Because you feel like as a family member, you should treat me a certain type of way. And if you don't, then I'm gonna act shady to you. Okay. Even though I may love you, I ain't gonna show you I love you. So it's conditions to go with that. Or like I think you said it before when you said that one of the conditions is you birth me. I'm your child. You my
Hmm.
that is a condition. So that means if I didn't birth you, then you're not obligated to that conditioning. So all these phileo condition is very conditional. You got friends that I already said it before, like if they don't act like friends, if they not meeting the friend requirements, if you call them and they not answering, then the conditions of our friendship have been interrupted somewhere. So that means that the love I was displaying to you as a friend, it may get reneged on. So it could be like that too. And I want to say that now it's conditions, but these can also be positive things. It's not always negative. Like you want to have conditions on these things, so there's kind of like a level, a degree, and a kind of like a level of understanding.
Hmm.
Like we cool because you cool with me, I'm cool with you, so it's kind of good. So no matter what people say, all these loves are conditional. It ain't no unconditional love. Oh, I love you, baby. It's just ain't nothing you could do to have me stop loving you. Never. Just cut it out. It's not. It's not real. And I tell her that
Not to
that's
cut
not
it out.
real. If she hears somebody say I love you unconditionally, she probably gonna look at them like, okay, you just showed me where the exit is. Okay. And then the last love, and I want to say it's the most important one, is agape love. And it is that God type of love. And I say it's the most important because it's the fuel behind all the loves.
Mhm.
So I'll say this. Maybe somebody don't believe in God. Whoever the creator is, who created the love, then they know about they know about all the loves. And the only fuel you can have from those loves is by tapping into them. So that agape love is the only love that you don't need a person to recharge you. You don't need to exchange. You don't need them to do something for it. That agape love is I love you because of the creation. Like I love you because something above you told me to love you. So I love you because I love God, or I love you because I love this world in general. So that means it removes a condition. And that love doesn't need to be, like I said, recharge. You get filled up. This is why some people can continue loving people when people do them dirty. If you ever seen some people, you like, how is they still going? Like people be doing them bogus. How is they still going? Then that means they have a connection to that source, that original creator love, which is that agape love. So that love never goes anywhere. It passes all time or whatever, and it allows you to love people who other people wouldn't think that they are deserving or they acting deserving of that love. So we talk about all these loves. We got the storge, we got the phileo, we got the eros, and we got the
Hmm.
agape. So when you are, this is both family and relationship is the reason why, like we go through this
Hmm.
and like why we talk about this is because if you want to be mentally stable when you enter these love realms, then you need to have an understanding of each love so you're able to categorize people in your life and then love them in an appropriate way. Like you don't love a family member with eros love because that turned into some nasty stuff. Like that's like literally. So this is what happens when these situations happen. It's miscategorized love. Put love in its proper places. The only love that can probably cross boundaries, like I said, like when you do that, is like you could start off as a friend and you love that friend, and maybe y'all get cool and it turn into eros. But again, other than that, like categorize your love, and like I want to teach you how to categorize that so you can put things in appropriate. This is just better in general for relationships in general. This is how to have a healthy relationship. Put people in the right categories, and then you can love them in an appropriate way. We talk about that, right?
Mhm.
You don't got no. Well, I know we
Um,
talk about it a lot, but on camera, you got any questions? You need me to clarify something?
I just got a question about the first one, the Storge love.
Okay.
I just think that Storge love, that's the one that really mess you up when you're younger, because that one, I feel like, since you said it was like the family love is the only one that you like, you can't really choose. If that love doesn't go well, then what do you do for the rest of them?
This is true. This is definitely true. And the crazy thing is, the Storge love is kind of like your introduction of love. When you born and you born into a family, if they love you, then they love you. That's Storge. But if they don't, if you're in a situation to where that love is not being reciprocated when you a baby, you remember that, you catalog that. So your first identification as love is unloving. So that can be, it can be hard. I mean, it's important when you bring people into this world. You try to love them, but also I'm gonna say this. Wait, hold on. Let me get serious. I'm gonna say this. I wasn't gonna say this on camera because I don't want you to take it and run with it. Now I didn't say this to you before. This is me. I just don't believe that children are required to love their parents. It just doesn't make sense to me because they're learning. They're learning how all this stuff works, and you're the teacher. So if they're unloving, it's because of you. So I don't believe that parents are required to love their kids, but I do believe we're required to love them because we're the teachers and we're the providers. We're to provide for them. So regardless of if they love us or not, or if they show love to us or not, like we should love them. Dang, you know what?
I think you said it backwards just now, Dad. You said parents not required to love their kids,
I
and
mean,
then you.
kids. I'm sorry, kids not required to love their parents. So everything I just said, but just in reverse. And if you sit down and think about it, you definitely gonna agree with me. But I kind of, well, it ain't no big deal. I was gonna save that
Oh,
for another segment because that's
I
something that came up. No, it's
apologize.
cool. I got to answer my baby questions. It's cool. But yeah, so that's all the love talk. Uh, as far as the four groups of love, and I guarantee if you begin to categorize stuff, you'll probably be in a much better position. So hopefully that happened for you too. What is? I'm gonna make it. We gonna make it happen. We gonna make
That
it
you
happen
gonna make it
together.
happen.
We gonna make it happen together. But yeah,
Okay, so now we're gonna talk about our different types of specific loves. I wouldn't say like not the different, qualities, or like
the
the
languages,
languages of
the
love. There we go. The
languages, the
5 love
languages.
languages.
There we go.
We're gonna talk about those. So this is like based on a study by, his name is Gary Chapman, right?
Yeah, Gary Chapman is he
Um,
dope for real.
yeah, he came up with like this idea of there being 5 love languages, and how humans interact with each other based on these 5 languages. So the 5 languages are quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, and then receiving gifts. I guess I could also go as giving gifts too, because back and forth.
Right, right.
Um, so for like, I personally took this quiz because I was curious to see what I was gonna get, and I was pretty spot on. I was almost correct. I had quality time as my top, and then I had after that receiving and giving gifts.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm gonna let you explain it, but I thought that yours was gifts first. But everybody think that kids is gifts first. But let's see.
oh,
I'm gonna let you go ahead. We can hear them out.
but so to start with the quality time, if if your like primary love language is quality time, that means you value like a one-on-one connection um more than like them buying you something, or them sitting with you is like more important to you. It's not like, I guess you could say it's not really like one on one if you like your TV's on. If you watching a movie, this like it's not quality time if you're like not connected with each other. Maybe to more like a walk in the park talking versus going to the movie theater. And
That's like a regular date though. Everybody go to the movies.
Okay, but like that's not really like the basis.
Okay.
That's like, getting to know each other. What kind of movie do you like versus how much better is my movie? So then there's words of affirmation. This is more of a you talking to them compliments and showing they support you with like their words. It doesn't have to be compliments, but those are one of the I wouldn't say the main ways, but like it's the easiest way to communicate words of affirmation. As simple as you look nice today, or you did a good job on that. That could be easy to explain or display. Um,
Okay.
and then we have that's a physical touch. We're gonna move on to that one. I don't know what
I'm
you think.
asking because you said words of affirmation is easy, but go ahead.
To me, that seems pretty easy to display, but that's not one of my love languages, so I wouldn't
Right. That's why
know.
you saying it's easy.
um, but physical touch is it doesn't even have to be like a hug. It could be easy as a high five, a fist bump. That's the same. Well, that's also not one of my love languages, so I don't know if the same thing. But it's also can be sitting next to them or choosing to sit next to them on I don't know a bus ride. You're going on a trip or somewhere, and then like y'all sit next to each other and you're comfortable.
Okay.
And that one I also think it's easy if you like see them every day. But that one is for long distance. I'm gonna have to get back into that later. But it sounds pretty
It's
difficult.
whole different. We talked about that too. We talked about how to do these things long distance. Like maybe your kid live in a different state, or maybe your parent live in a different state, or maybe your significant other live in a different state or something like that. So how do you display these? Well, she ain't done with them, but how you display them when how you gonna touch them and they in a different state? But that's a whole nother thing.
But then we have acts of service. And this is the one, it's not that it don't make sense to me. I just don't see it as displaying love to someone. Like, this probably is at the bottom of my list because I just don't get it. It's the one where, like, you do something for them. Like, say, they have a lot of work to do. So you wash the dishes, you take out the trash, or you try to help them out in some way. But like I get it for other people how that could be nice, but like I personally don't get that one. It's the where I'm like, I don't know if that would really feel like love to me. That just sounds like a favor. Like you took out the trash, so I washed the dishes kind of favor, like, a give and a get. But and then the receiving gifts. This is the one that I understand, okay? To put an effort into something, even if the gift is like not expensive, it's not about how much money it costs. It's about how much thought went into the gift. If you back to the what I was talking about earlier with the Valentine's Day in the episode, the problem wasn't that they bought the gifts. The problem was the thought behind the gifts.
Right.
If they had swapped gifts, everything would have been great because the thought behind the gift was different.
Right.
They weren't thinking about the right things when they purchased the item. That was the problem. Uh, so like all those things, they add up to like different ways to display them. You took the quiz too, right?
I did take the quiz.
So what'd you get that? What'd you get on
You should
yours?
remember what I got because we talked about it.
I remember
If we took the quiz together, uh, she should remember, and then I should remember because I remembered hers. She should also reciprocate and remember mine. So the one that you said was nothing. My
that's
top
acts of
two
service
are
and
words of affirmation and
acts
acts
of
of service.
service.
Yes, those are mine. So just so you know, acts of service. My remember mine's were so it's a percentage.
Hmm.
I guess we'll throw the link in the video or whatever, so you can look at it. So it's based on percentages. So out of 100% is divided into five. So my top two were almost equal. I think they was both 33%, and I took it again, and it was like 31 and 35. So they were very equal. Acts of service is definitely important to me because I'm a busy parent, especially if you do something and I don't tell you to do it. So technically, uh, taking care of the house, I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna talk too much and get in trouble. But taking care of the house is a parent's responsibility. It's just when you have kids a certain age, then they can take some of that load off. So when you wash the dishes without me saying, you know, you're supposed to wash the dishes, that is an act of service. When you pick up after yourself without me saying nothing, that's act of service. What you do? You left the back the hall door open.
Oh,
Closing the hall door is an act of service to make sure it's closed. Because now I know you're not thinking of just yourself, but you're thinking of, well, my dad come in, he gonna be looking at this. And words of affirmation is also mine. It's difficult. Again, I work hard, so I want my daughter to say, "I appreciate you, Dad. You work so hard. Thank you, Dad, for just being Dad." That works for me. It fuels my love. But yeah,
well, the problem is I explain those through hugs, Dad. That's how I display, you know.
physical touch was low on my list.
That is true. That was my number three.
So why don't
I'm gonna
you?
switch it up, Dad. I'm gonna switch it up.
So why don't you say? I guess you did the research on this. Why does it make a difference how you love somebody?
I think the main difference is how you display love to someone may not be how they receive love. And that's where I think a lot of like even like family relationships, other kind of relationships, they kind of fall apart because say your love language is receiving gifts like mine is. If I give you a gift and I'm thinking, man, this is a great gift. I really got it with this one. And then you get it and you're like, oh, this is nice. Like you don't really like because yours is like gift isn't up there for you because even though I think gifts are important, gifts is not like important to you. Even the thought is like it's a nice thought, but like I could have just bought it myself. Is how you think. You thinking you thinking I'd rather just go to the store if I was going to get it anyway. You know, it would be nice to just do it for myself. You rather just had the $20 it took to pay for it.
This is true.
And also with like it comes to the point where if you're displaying love over and over again in your way and they're feeling like they're not loved, the problem may be is that that's not their love. Like that's not how they see love. That's not how they feel love should be shown because that's just not how they think about it. It's not like something is wrong with your relationship. You're just not connecting the same way that they're connecting. Like especially when like the expensive gifts thing, like if money not important to you, then when somebody buys you something really expensive, it's like kind of like okay, this is it looks nice, but like we could have spent the money on a water bill.
uh, I guess. I mean, it makes sense. It all makes sense.
And especially with the like the I forgot what I was gonna say.
I mean, it's cool. Like it's if you feel comfortable, if you didn't got everything out, you sound like you was passionate about the gifts thing.
No, I
Uh,
just feel like people always say it's not the gift, it's the thought behind it. And that was really I was like, man, that really makes sense even more after this quiz because it really is not the gift, it's the thought behind it.
yeah.
Because like with people buying stuff like sometimes people are just not good at buying gifts. And that's that's just it's okay when some people not good at buying gifts because they bought it and they was like they were thinking of you. They just didn't know what you wanted. I would rather somebody buy me a gift, they really try hard to get it, than ask me then what I wanted.
Side thought. What do you think about gift cards?
If it's a gift card to like my favorite place, okay. But if it's like a money gift card, honestly rather have the cash because if you bought the gift card costs extra money besides the gift card itself. Like the card costs like an extra 30 cents. So you could have just gave me the cash and saved your 50 cents or your 30 cents, and I would have been just as happy. You just wasted your money on the gift card. You could have kept the 30 cents. Like
No, I wouldn't. I don't get the gift cards. I mean, I guess again, like you said, it's kind of the thought behind it, and then just so I guess you would you recommend everybody taking the test then?
I think they should take it just to see. I think you should just take the quiz just so you can see and show it to your significant other, your family members, and be like, hey, this is how I receive love. So next time Christmas hop around, maybe instead of buying me a gift, how about you give me a spa treatment or something like that if yours is quality
No,
time?
on Christmas we going for a walk in the park. Ain't that what you said?
Uh,
A
that's
walk in the way. It's winter time. We're gonna sit
how
down.
about a vacation? That's quality
Oh
time.
my gosh, I
Vacation.
shouldn't have said nothing. I shouldn't have. So I'm gonna throw something at you now. What do you think about if you know somebody's love language, but you don't love them in that type of way? How do you think that would make you feel as a parent to a teen? So I know your love language.
Mhm.
What if I constantly wait? What was your last one?
I think it was physical touch was mine at the bottom.
That's
Sorry.
I want you to take yours over because physical touch for you is not at the bottom. I'm letting you know.
That's,
I cannot
sorry.
sit down without your head leaning on my head or something like that.
I don't know to
But
tell you that.
so let's just say if your top ones,
I know. I
we
think actually words of affirmation was at the bottom of mine.
whatever one is your bottom. What if I just keep telling you, hey, I love you, I love you, I love you, but you want some gifts, you want to have a thoughtful gift behind it, and I don't give it to you. How would you feel about that? But I say
Um,
I love you.
I mean, I don't think that you can't receive love from these different types. I think it just won't be as significant as they are thinking it is.
Okay.
Like it's not like if they give you a gift like that and you don't like gifts, it's not like it still might mean something. It's just it's not as impactful as you wanted it to be.
Right.
Like the problem is how much love is being displayed by what you're doing. It's different.
Right.
Like you may be saying I love you and they're thinking, okay, that's nice. And they move on with their day. And you're thinking, huh, you're not gonna say it back or nothing?
Well, we'll continue to learn. We'll continue to grow. But yeah, that was some dope information, though.
I know, I know.
Y'all, I'm about to introduce a new segment. All right, don't. It's called FTK, but forget them kids. It's called Forget Them Kids. So I know my daughter got her little segment with her lunch table talk or whatever, but I often have conversations, with my guys about parenting, and we get real. We'll say something like, "Man, just don't like my kid right now." Forget them kids. So we say that as parents, just so y'all kids know, just so y'all teens know, when y'all be like, forget my mom or whatever. We be like, forget y'all too. We say it too. But anyway, so in our segment, we talked about love, and it was some interesting stuff. So first of all, before I say kind of what we said, we kind of all identified that there are a lot. When I mean a lot, I mean like a lot. There are a lot of teens who just period point blank don't feel loved. And after, your segment, it's pretty much like maybe their parent is just not giving them love in the right type of way.
Yeah.
So just starting out, um, it's a lot of teens that don't feel love. I guess you have to understand, like we talking like, okay, our kids go through stuff, especially teens. They identify relationships, they going through puberty and all type of crazy stuff, or whatever. So either way it go, there's a lot of teens who don't feel love. So we talked about that. We didn't say forget them kids about that, but I'm gonna tell you what we did talked about. We do show love now, like just so y'all know, we consider you eating. We love you because you ate. Like you had a meal, you was fed. Like we love you that because you ate, or else we could have ate it ourselves. Like for real. Like when I mean like you eat, like my kids eat, and like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I know some parents out there that they kids don't like school lunch. Okay. So then that means they got to get an extra lunch or money for lunch or whatever. Then some kids picky about breakfast. I don't want to eat that for breakfast. I don't got time to eat that. Well, forget you then. The food is there though. We showing you that we love you by the food. This is ridiculous.
That's okay. I don't know if that counts because that feels like an obligation. Okay, you need food to survive.
Well, what I'm saying is this is what we talk about. Like maybe you the type of parent that don't say I love you all the time, but your kids got some clothes though. They got clothes. In the wintertime, they got coats, hats, scarves, they got all that. That's not because we don't like you. Remember I showed you that So I had her watch the dang, what is it called? Fences.
Fences.
So she watched the James Earl Jones clip of Fences and the Denzel clip of Fences. She liked the Denzel one, probably because he was all soft spoken. I like James. He was going off on him, but he said I don't have to like you. What he said? I don't got to like you. But no, like for real, like we got some teens, some kids who be acting real funny sometimes. Like how dare you act funny to me? When I didn't took you to school, you had activity after school. I had to pick you up. You done forgot your stuff at the crib. I got to go back to the crib, bring you stuff. I'm picking you up when it's over. I'm there to celebrate you. You got an event. You got a recital. You got a game. I'm there. I'm cheering. How dare you think I don't love you or show some love to me? Like we will get upset. Like we be sick of it. We sick of the foolishness. Like it's parents out there who don't know the love languages. Like we don't know the love languages, but we know we fed you. We know that we doing the best that we can to help you out. We talking to you. Like what? Like at the end of the day, like man, like you want us to do all the love languages all on 100%? Like, shoot, do y'all do that for us? Do y'all look out for us like that? Like,
Well,
huh?
didn't you just say before that parents have an obligation to love their kids, but kids don't have they have a choice to love their parents because it's y'all fault we here, okay? It's y'all fault.
Look, now I'm letting you know right now. I told you before we even started doing the podcast that I speak for the parents, not just myself. So again, a lot of parents don't know the information that we just gave. I personally do believe that kids are not obligated to love their parents. Parents are the providers. But I also believe that there's a lot of things you can do. Well, I'll rephrase it. Love can be a lot of fuel for somebody to do something for somebody else. So the more I think that the more the teens, love their parents, the more they do for them. Or I don't know. But I'm just saying, like it's there's a lot of ways that parents show love by being the Uber, okay,
Not the Uber.
being the DoorDash, um, be wait, hold on. I didn't even mention the phone bills and like even now it's so hard to even dish punishments out. Like we give y'all a punishment, like oh you ain't do what you supposed to. Give me the electronics, give me the phone. That stuff is taken away from them.
Well, see you at school.
No, y'all be getting mad. You get mad at me, huh? When I take away the thing that I bought for you, you're gonna get mad at me because you didn't do what you were supposed to do.
I mean, if you bought it for me, it's mine now.
No, it ain't.
It's
No, it ain't.
mine
I'm
now.
rent a center.
What?
You changed my name from dad to rent a center. Everything you got in the house, you renting, and it's expensive. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, then it's getting reneged. Shoot, rent a center rent Jordans out now, so shoes too.
No.
I'm gonna start taking all type of stuff, cause
No.
okay. So just a heads up, you know, Angel is she's a reader. She reads a lot, so I take some electronics away. It ain't no big deal to her. And then I take a book away, and everybody act like I'm a horrible parent because I said I'm taking my daughter books away. But the purpose is to get a consequence. So she think it's not a big deal if I take electronics away. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start taking clothes, everything away. How would you feel if you had to wear the same outfit to school every day? How about we do that?
I don't like that idea at all.
Well, I'm just
You
saying
can't,
we.
how you supposed to wear the same outfit to school every
I'm
day?
I'm just letting you know this is the segment. The FTK, forget them kids. This is how we feel. Y'all want to act unloving to us? We know how to act unloving. We know how to act trifling. We know how to act petty. We know how to do all that stuff better than y'all because we've been doing it longer than y'all. Okay? So I'm like, you straighten up or straighten out. You straighten up or get out or something. We do all type of stuff in my crib. Y'all might turn me in a CPS. We tell them go outside and sit on the porch so you can appreciate all the stuff you got inside the house. How about you do that? Go outside and sit out there for a minute and think about all the stuff. You got your own room, own bed, own TV with a door. You can close it. We do. I know somebody who said they took the door off their kids. somebody at work, somebody at work told me they took their kids' door off. Oh, you want to get in trouble, huh? You want to get in trouble at school? Come in the house and close your door. Okay. How about we remove this door from the hinges?
That is crazy.
I mean, I'm just saying. So I'm gonna kind of get on the serious side. The forget them kids. Just I just did this is my conversation to the teenagers. Like y'all be on some bull sometimes. And we be trying our best. But the nerve of y'all. If y'all don't get it together, like we out here trying. Parents are working 2, 3 jobs and got a side hustle and a business. And heaven forbid if they work at a school, my wife work at a school. So she got to deal with all the kids at the school and then come home and her own kids want to act up. No, it's not happening. Forget them kids. This is why you talking about vacation. This is why keep it up and we'll go on vacation without y'all. You old enough to watch the
No, my
kids.
friend said that happened to her.
Yeah.
Her mom, her
Forget
whole
them
family
kids.
for real went on vacation and left her.
Yeah.
Her brother went and she didn't go.
Yes. I love it. I need to meet them because them the type of people I like.
Oh my gosh. I
But
was
yeah.
trying not to laugh, but that was funny.
So that's the FTK segment for today. Man, we appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for always looking out for us. Thanks for tuning in to Rose Gold Dreams. The podcast, the Daddy Daughter podcast, as always, we going to display our relationship, how we do things, in hopes to help y'all do better. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. Rose Gold Dreams, MKE, because we live in Milwaukee. So we hope to hear y'all. Hopefully, we catch y'all at one of the live podcasts, but we appreciate y'all. You got anything you want to say? Huh?
We want y'all to grow healthy and grow wealthy.
Boom.